Vlogging. It's all the rage, you know. There's your quiet, reserved vlogger. Now, the thing about tea towel collecting, it's all about thread count. For example, this one's quite a cheap import in terms of thread count. This one is more refined. I actually picked this one up in Madagascar. The holiday vlogger.
Here with Cheryl today. Say hi, Cheryl.
Hi.
Yeah, no, the bridge, what you do is you've got water on that side and water on the other side. That's the fantastic thing about this bridge.
The action vlogger. And then there's me, the photography guy that gets up at 3 AM chasing sunrises with his camera or giving chase to find the perfect shot in landscape or nature photography. But to capture and record all of that for my YouTube videos, realistically, I personally need a camera that's lightweight, compact, and can take external audio. Now, Sony Australia were very kind to send me out their ZV1. This is a vlogging camera. They said, hey Adrian, check this out. Have it for 2 weeks and see what you think of it. So, little disclaimer, Sony aren't paying me for these videos. Any sort of opinion that I have of this camera are mine alone. Anyway, let's go and have some fun. The ZV1 can shoot up to 4K video with face and eye detect focus tracking, can take beautiful 20 megapixel stills, and has a super slow-mo feature that captures short snippets of video at up to a whopping 1000 frames per second. Although that is pretty low res. I think in terms of better quality results, it's best around 250 frames per second. Now, a lot of you that watch my channel would be pretty surprised if I said to you, out of all the cameras I own, which one I use the most? It's actually a Sony. That's right, it's this little fella. It's the Sony RX100 Mark III. I have vlogged my way through Iceland, Scotland, and most parts of the world with this little camera, and let me tell you, I have thrown the kitchen sink at this thing. From getting smashed with water, wind, snow, even dropping it onto rocks at the ice beach in Iceland. This little camera just kept going. But the problem I had with it was it didn't have an external audio port, which made audio syncing a bit of a nightmare while editing. So now the great thing about the ZV1, it now has an external audio port, which is fantastic for my wireless and shotgun microphones. It also has a flip out screen instead of a flip up screen, which allows me to mount different accessories to the hot shoe mount, and they won't get in the way of the screen. If you watched my channel recently, I reviewed Sony's flagship camera, the Alpha 1. For those vlogs, I used the Sony ZV1 to film everything that was done out in location, including bits to camera and all the B-roll. If you haven't seen those videos yet, I'll leave the links to both of them in the description box below, and you can judge the performance of the ZV1 for yourself. One thing I absolutely love about this little ZV1 is this thing called the product showcase mode. For example, if I'm holding up a lens to show you guys, bang, snap straight to it, bang, straight back to my face. To the lens, to my face. Just like that. Beautiful. And it also has this thing called a soft skin effect, which apparently gives you this subtle glow, instead of looking like, you know, a dried up prune. So with that soft skin effect, at the moment I've got it set on a medium setting, but watch what happens the very second that I turn it off. Okay, so you can see now my skin has gone a little bit pale around the jaw there, also around my eyes. It's a little bit more puffy and a little bit dark as well. Also my hair. You can see my hair's changed a little bit of color. Let me just put that soft skin effect back on. And there we go. That's much better. Jokes aside, you can see a slight difference with the soft skin setting off, on in low, medium, and high. So why is the Sony ZV1 the perfect vlogging camera for me? Well, to begin with, it's very good in low light, where about 80% of my vlogs are done. It has the ability to shoot 4K or up to 100 frames per second in full HD. At 24mm, it has that 1.8 aperture. And personally, I find this focal length spot on when talking to the camera because of my long go-go gadget arms. It's compact. I'm already lugging around a ton of camera gear, so the last thing I want is another full-size camera with lenses to add more weight to my back. The ZV1 just sits into my pocket, so it's easily accessible for when I need it. The other thing, having that 70mm focal length on the long end of the lens allows me to zoom in and get close-up B-roll for my vlogs. And the fact it has that product showcase allows me to get close-up shots of my camera, which shows clearly the settings and the types of lenses I'm using. Now, you may want to buy a couple of extra batteries for the ZV1, as it can chew through them a bit using 4K video. But I found using Full HD video, I got about the same battery life as I would with my RX100 Mark III. I could go on and on about how much fun I've had with this little Sony ZV1 in the last 2 weeks. Look, honestly, if you're after a good little vlogging camera that can shoot 4K, it's got a ton of features on it, then seriously, you should have a look at this little camera. It may not be the perfect vlogging camera for everyone, but it certainly is perfect for me. Never stop creating, and I'll see you next time.